Is it possible to beat Elden Ring without walking and without being smart? The answer to that is just watch the fucking video. For this challenge, we'll be following the same rules as Yamfa did for his Dark Souls 3 no walking video, which basically means I can't use the left stick to change directions or do any actions that involve moving my character, so no walking or running or climbing ladders. I'm also not gonna use jumping or torrent for this run. Also, I'm not gonna use any range attacks, because then it's gonna turn into a Comet Azure run. However, since Elden Ring is a huge game, I'm gonna be changing directions when there is no enemies around, or when I'm out of combat, because this will make the run more bearable for me and for you. So without further ado, let's begin the video. I'm gonna be reusing the Gex character because why not? And for our class we'll be choosing the Thief class, because it's the only class that starts with a dagger, which has our main form of movement, the quick step. We're gonna die to the first boss and then make our way throughout Limgrave to get our horse, which unfortunately once again we can't use. So we'll just throw this shit in the garbage. Sorry, Torrent. Then we are gonna attempt to go to Fort Height, which led me to realize that for this challenge it is really hard to travel during the night. Also, you may notice in this clip and in a lot of other clips during the early game that I am changing directions. That's because at first I thought that the rule of changing directions was pretty stiff, but then I realized that the game is kinda easy if I was able to change directions with quick step. So I added that rule later on. Anyway, after a grueling journey, I finally made it to the Third Church of America to get my physics flask and my first sacred tear. On our way to Fort Height, we're going to the minor earth tree to get the second crystal tear. But more important than that is we are going to kill the scarab to get the ass slam Ash of War, which is basically our jump during this run. Then we're gonna grab the golden seed next to Fort Height, or at least attempt to do so. You see, because I can't use the stick to change directions or roll, this means I can't do a wake up roll, which means I'm stuck and gonna take damage every time I get knocked down. Anyway, I managed to grab the seed, and then I proceeded to parry the shit out of the Blood Knight to get his Ash of War. From there we'll go back to the Third Church of America to take the portal to the Dragon Burrow. Once we rest at any site of grace, Melina will appear for us and she will take us to the Round Table Hold. Coming to the Round Table Hold presents us with another problem, and that is the peace treaty of the Round Table, which means I can't use quick step, I can't attack, I can't do anything inside the Round Table. So is this the end of the run? Fortunately, this is not the end of the run, because we can go back to Limgrave to buy the telescope from Merchant Kale, which will allow us to kinda change directions and then backstep all the way towards our destination, either the blacksmith or the twin merchants, etc. Now that we can move inside the Round Table, we'll go and purchase a dagger and any other weapon from the twin maidens, and we'll go infuse the dagger with the Bloody Slash and the other weapon with the Ass Slam. From there we'll head back to Caelid to Farum Great Bridge, and we'll get roasted by this Agil knockoff. I think he's called Grail or something like that. So after getting blocked by this dragon, I decided to go around the back where we get the Bloodhound step. But that also didn't go so well. But after a few attempts, I finally managed to get across the bridge and avoid the one-shotting militia. And because I can't use torrent, that means that I can't use the spring jump. So I have to go all the way around the back. But of course, in the spirit of Khaled, that didn't go so well. And after 20 or so minutes of avoiding dragons, balls and bears, I finally made it to Fort Faroth. And because I'm an idiot, I forgot to pick up the golden fowlfoot before coming to Greyall. So I had to go all the way back to Limgrave to get there. And now it's time to get to work on Greyall. Luckily I have 2 bleed weapons, which will make the process a little bit faster. With these runes I level up until I reach the required stat for our next weapon. Also, while I'm here, I'm going to grab the Somber Smithing Stone 8 and 9. From there we'll head back to Fort Heights so we can get to the Mistwood ruins, so we can finally initiate Blythe's quest line. It is absolutely mandatory to start this quest. And since we started his quest, we might as well just summon him to help us with Darrowell, so we can get the Bloodhound Fang, our first weapon for this run. Now that we've defeated Darrowell, Blythe will give us a Somber Smithing Stone 2, and we'll get the Bloodhound Fang, and E.G. will sell us the Carrion Filigree Talisman or whatever it's called. So basically this short segment of his quest was a triple whammy. Next we'll go and pick up our Somber Smithing Stone 1, and we'll upgrade our weapon. From there we'll head to Margit, and we'll just spam Bloodhound Finesse. This Ash of War has Poise and Eye Flames on the second attack, so we are basically fucking invincible! Before going after Godric, there are a few things we need to collect. First, we'll do the most regrettable act in this run, and that is killing Iron Fist Alexander. We'll kill him so we can get the Warrior Jar Shard, which boosts our skills by 10%. Obviously, Shard of Alexander is better, but it's way too late into the game. Then we'll head to Summon Water Village so we can get the Turtle Talisman. Once we equip this talisman, we will never take it off. Then we'll head to the High Road Cave, and we'll parkour our way until we get to the Guardian Golem, so we can get the Blue Dancer's Charm. Then we'll head to Raya Lucaria, and we'll take the portal towards Iji. From there we'll buy Somber Smithing Stone 3, 4, and the Carrion Filigree Talisman. And now it's time to fight Godric. Since I'm no bitch, I will take the main gate's entrance to Stormvale Castle. Or that's what I thought, until I got destroyed by the ballista. So, because of that, I decided to take the back entrance. Unfortunately, however, this is our first kinda mandatory ladder, so we can't climb it. And with that, it seems that our only way in is through the main entrance. So, with some slick quick stepping, I managed to get to the Divine Tower Site of Grace, so I can save myself from going through the ballistas once I die. And die I did, because this segment was a nightmare. Somehow I managed to go through this section, and stealth my way around the soldiers, the dogs, the flamethrowers, the omen, the birds, the giant, all the way to Godric. Godric, whom I miraculously killed on my first attempt. Not because he's just a pushover, but because I was so lucky. Like seriously, I should have been dead multiple times. How did I survive this?
The Lord of all that is golden, and one day we'll...
From there we'll head to Raya Lucaria. And of course, I'll get stuck in the entrance. Not just stuck, but demolished. Anyway, I then stealth my way around the mage and kill everyone else until I reach the site of grace. Then we'll go to the Red Wolf, and the poor thing couldn't stand a chance against +4 Bloodhound Fang and the Warrior Jarshot. Then we'll head towards Renala. Don't unlock this shortcut, it was a mistake. This shortcut is absolutely useless in this run. As for Renala, her first phase was easy as usual. However, her second phase was a nightmare. She would destroy me with her magic spells, and I couldn't hit her. She will always jump backwards and my hits wouldn't connect, and then I'll get destroyed by her.
Come, oath-sworn giant.
So I went to kill Bernal because he has a heavy armor early on and he's easy to kill. So it's easy defense increase. Sadly, however, even Bernal's armor couldn't solve the issue of her jumping back all the time. So I might need another strategy. If she keeps jumping back all the time, then the best strategy is to pin her into place. And for that, I'm going to Castle Morn. What's inside Castle Morn, you ask? Inside it is the Claymore. The Claymore isn't really the target is the Ash of War in the Claymore, and that is the Lion's Claw. This Ash of War is fast, strong, and it can pancake Renala in place. So it's a perfect fit. We'll need to upgrade our Claymore, so the first logical step is to go and kill the Crystallion to get his bell bearing. And then we'll go to Gale Tunnel to get the the smithing stones for. So now we upgrade our weapon and see how well it does against Renala. And to no one's surprise, of course, my genius was unmatched. The plan worked perfectly. Of course it does, it's my plan.
My dear daughter, weave thy night into me.
So now, having killed Renala, it's time to go to Altus Plateau. Unfortunately, however, we can't go to Altus Plateau. The Dectus Medallion is hidden behind two, not one, but two ladders. And the Runestone Precipice is hiding behind a couple of ladders, not just one. So is this the actual end of the run? Is this where it all ends? Luckily the answer is no, cause we can go to the bottom of Rey Lucaria and get killed by the Abductor Virgin, which in turn will take us to Volcano Manor. Once we are there, we will parkour our way until we reach the double Abductor Virgin boss fight, which, unsurprisingly, was hard as shit, because it's not fair. So, my plan for this is to go and grab Ingvar, so I can summon him at, I don't know, +4 maybe, and he will take the attention of the second Abductor Virgin, and the fight will be much, much, much easier. Now that we've gotten into Altus, I'm sure my journey will be smooth sailing from here. Yeah, as you can see, the road is littered with soldiers and archers, and I'm not even gonna try to go to the second gate, because I know I will be destroyed by the trebuchets and another million soldiers. So I came up with the brilliant plan of going through the right side, sneaking from behind, to where the 3 sentinels are, and so I thought I was stuck once again. But luckily, after a lot of experimenting and research, I learned something. Hold on kids, this is something you'll only learn on this channel. And that is, that if you grab the attention of the first 3 sentinel, and then went to the back and hid from him, until he loses aggro, the other 3 sentinel will start his patrolling route. And this dude will take like, I don't know, a minute or 2 until he actually loses aggro from you. He'll suspect that you are here, but he won't actually attack you. So, just wait and hide until he goes to his other friend. From there, you can get inside the capital safely.
2,000 years later.
Now that we've gotten into the capital, or at least the outskirts, our next boss will be the Draconic 3 Sentinel, which I know is gonna be a big fight, so I'm just gonna cheese him. I'll go to Castle Morn or the Weeping Peninsula to get the Poison Mist incantation. And from there I'll head to Liurnia to get the Two Fingers heirloom, to get enough faith to cast the Poison Mist. With that, we'll go to the Darkoncty Sentinel, go behind him and then quit the game. Then reload and just cast Poison Mist for 15 minutes until he dies. Going into Lindell was smooth sailing. That is until I reached my only and first impossible wall, and that is the ladder beneath Gransax. I tried and tried and tried, looking for a way to get past this ladder or to get through another route, but that was impossible. I tried getting the Black Knife to do the glitch, the move swap glitch, but that didn't work. I tried going to the Tower of Return so I can get some invaders to invade me, but that is impossible in two ways. The tower has a lot of ladders, and the Taunter's Tongue is locked behind the jump in the round table hold. So it seems that the run ends here. Or so I thought, until I learned that with Marika's hammer, you can do the move swap glitch and it will take you to a much longer distance. So, theoretically, you can do this on New Game Plus, or you can get a friend to give you the hammer. So the run is technically not impossible. But unfortunately, however, I already climbed the ladder, so I had to do this skip with a different character to show you. I'm flying, so shut up. Anyway, with our technical skip, we will go and beat Godfrey. And just like his lineage, he got destroyed by Bloodhound Finesse. Our happy days of Bloodhound Fang and Finesse are about to end, however, because Morgoth wasn't having any of it. He just didn't give a shit about me and my Bloodhound Fang. So I went to grab the Bloody Healers, our next weapon for this run. Because quite honestly, I was getting tired of Bloodhound Fang, and because the Bloodhound Fang is getting useless now. Also, I went to grab Smithing Stones 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, my new plan was to Dynast Finesse my way into a wall and get stuck, then get killed. It failed for some time, but in the end I succeeded, and Morgoth the Omen King is no more.
But in this shall not be forgiven.
Next, for some reason, I decided to go to Volcano Manor, so I did Raya's quest as usual. I remember that I haven't killed Radahn yet, so I'll go to kill him. I summoned the boys because I need them to get aggro from him, because if I didn't, he'll just keep sniping me from his camping spot, and I wouldn't be able to get to him. Anyway, my first attempt went miserably. I did well at the first phase until he one-shot me in the second phase. Because of the one-shotting nature of the meteor attack, I went to the Weeping Peninsula for like the third time in this run to get the Opaline Bubble Tier. After that I went back to him and guess what? I survived. My good boy Blythe, however, did not. Our next destination is the mountaintops of Giants. It went smoothly until I came to the Borealis Lake. He killed me a few times, not gonna lie, but eventually I made it through. Once I got to the Fire Giant, I realized that the first phase was easy, but in the second phase, my bloody healers was doing jack shit. Like, there's no damage from this weapon at all. So of course I got killed multiple times. Because of that, I got a call back to my Storms Only run. To just use Black Flame, bro. So I went to the Windmill Village to kill the Godskin Apostle who has the Godskin Peeler. But of course, Dynast's Finesse fails me once again. And I did it again. This boss sucks, man. Because Dynast Finesse failed me for the last time, I decided to summon my big guy, Ingval. Or is it Ingval? I don't know. I then go to kill Godfrey to get the Godfrey's icon, and what do you know, the Dynast Finesse worked against him. I then go back to the Fire Giant, and what do you know, after a couple of attempts, and after him stomping me non-stop like I'm an ant or something, I managed to kill him, and prove once again that if a boss has some gigantic health pool, Black Flame is all you need. Killing the Fire Giant means it's time to go to Farum Azula. And it's time for the obligatory getting killed by Godskin duo montage or whatever. Getting killed a lot of times by the Godskin duo made me remember the old mantra of the Elden Ring community. And that is, when ganked, go and get the Crystallion, bro. So I went to the Celia hideaway to get the Crystallion ashes. I then go to Nocron, and unlike you bunch of pussies, I don't unequip my weapons and my armor and my talismans when I'm fighting the Mimic tier. I fight him man to myself, I guess. I then pick up the Mimic tier ashes because we might need them later, but these ashes are not why I'm here. I'm here because my dumbass thought that the Crystallion is upgraded using the Ghost Glove Rot, whatever it's called, man. But turns out he's not. He's upgraded using the Grave version. From there I decided to go to the Margwyn Palace, because there are a few items we need from there. But because I can't go to the consecrated snowfield, thank God that I can't, this means that I have to do the entirety of Vare's questline. So I talk to him at the Church of Roses or whatever it's called, then go to Altars and kill Magnus the Beast Claw. Thank you FromSoft for adding this to it. And then go to the 3 belfries. From there I'll head to the chapel that we started the game at and drench the claw in the blood of our maiden. Then go back to Vare for the 3rd time and have him inject us with a Morg positive syringe. After that he will give us the key that will teleport us to the Margwyn Palace. Simple. Now, a normal person's thought process after not finding the grave glove wart Nocron is to Google it. But me being the dumbass that I am, my thought process was like this. I remember a great glove wart in the Margwyn Palace. It's inside the graveyard, and it's surrounded by corpses, so it must be a grave glove wart, right? Well, Miyazaki doesn't think so, because it's another ghost glove wart. In the end, I caved in and googled it. And guess what? It was right next to me the whole time. There's a great grave glove wart in Farum Azula. So I took it and upgraded my Crystallion to +10. But why did I choose the Crystallion instead of the Mimic tier? Because the Crystallion just does not give a fuck about what the duo do to him. He will tank anything that isn't a blunt or strike attack. So after I summoned him, it only took me 1 or 2 attempts to kill the duo. So basically he's easy mode against them. I then start to progress through Farum Azula until I get to the Crucible Knight, who somehow I managed to clutch the quid out and save myself from dying to him. I then go to Malekith's boss room and once again poison the Draconic Tree Sentinel, because there's no way I'm going to quick step or walk around this guy all the time. Now, I don't need to show you this, but believe me when I say the bloody Helis was useless against Malekith. He will dodge anything and my attacks wouldn't reach him anyway. So, I went to Caelid to grab the Gut Sword, or the Great Sword, whatever you want to call it. I then got Bloodhound Step off screen and infused it to the weapon. Then, for some strange reason, I can't remember, but I went to the Weeping Peninsula for the 4th time in this run to get Radagon's Skull Seal from the Everjail. With this new strategy of using quick step and poking with the greatsword, the first phase, or the Beast Clergyman, was pretty easy. The second phase, however, is where shit hits the fan. Because of course it will hit the fan, it's Malekith. Why would I expect Malekith to be easy on a challenge run? He won't. He never is. Even Crystallion couldn't stand a chance against Destined Death. However, after a few attempts, well not a few, but a lot, I managed to kill him and unleash Destined Death upon the world. After Malekith, it's time to get my cheeks clapped by Gideon. At this point in the run, I was so done with everything. So I had the genius plan of letting the Crystallion solo him. At first he was doing well, until his poise got broken. At that point, I knew he's dead. And I tried to intervene, but of course Gideon will one-shot me, so yeah. My second plan was to just gank the shit out of him using the Mimic tier, and roll catching him at the same time. So yeah, poor Gideon didn't stand a chance.
In my bones, a Tarnished cannot become a lord.
When I killed Gideon, I remembered that I haven't killed Mog. So I went back to Mogwin Palace to try and kill him. And I got this absolutely beautiful moment of me and my Mimic killing him and him killing us at the same time. Mog talks a lot, so that kill didn't count for some reason and he got back to life. So he annoyed me and I just let my Mimic solo him. Why? Because I can. I went after Morg because I needed the runes for the second boss. Big Daddy Godfrey. Oh my god, I absolutely did not expect this dude to be harder than Malekith and Morgoth. For some reason, I could not beat this guy. He was too hard. Especially in Phase 2. In Phase 2, he becomes, I don't know, like Fiostra from Monster Hunter Rise. He just relentless. He won't stop attacking. And when he does his roar, he will knock me down, always. And when he does his big ground explosion attack, I couldn't avoid it for some reason, even though I tried to time it correctly. So, the next logical step is to go and get Shabriri's roll. Why? Because when you equip it and then summon the Mimic Tier, bosses will aggro to the Mimic Tier after you take Shabriri's roll from yourself. So basically, the Mimic Tier becomes a fucking sacrifice. And this plan worked perfectly because I won.
Warranted with strength. Tarnished warrior, 'twas nobly fought. Crown is warranted with strength. Tarnished warrior, 'twas nobly fought. Thy strength befits a crown.
Yeah, baby, it's time for the final boss, Radagon. Yeah, I guess the Elden Beast counts as well, whatever. Radagon was probably my favorite part in this run. He was so fun to avoid, so fun to dodge, so fun to fight. It was incredible. I learned in this fight, in this run, more than I ever learned in any other run. It was ridiculous. Hell, I even learned when I'm going to get a stagger and a riposte, to the point that I decided to go to the Black Knife Catacombs to get the Cerulean Dagger charm, to get more FP, for when I fight the absolute travesty, the Elden Beast. Elden Beast was so bullshit to fight. He will go far away and just keep sniping me, or he'll get close to me, and before I manage to hit him, he'll be gone. He will swim through the floor and he will be gone. I tried everything against the Elden Beast. I tried the Archer Trio, the Ancestral Follower, Ogre the Redmane, and Latenna. None of them worked. I even went after Rykard to get the Blasphemous Blade and give it to my Mimic, but that didn't work as well. I even tried giving my Mimic the Radahn Greatbow, because maybe he will be smart enough to actually use this. But no, he didn't. He was so stupid. In the end, I got sick of the Elden Beast dodging me and running away from me, and just said screw it. Let that sack of trash come to me. And guess what? This painfully obvious plan is what worked against him. I only quick-stepped when he attacked me, and that's it. The right plan was there all along, but I was so stupid to see it. I'm more stupid than the Mimic, I guess. In the end, this plan was what led me to victory. in conclusion, I want to say thank God that Melania and Commander Nayal are locked behind ladders because I really don't want to do them. And I also not gonna do Estelle or Fort Stacks because I'm so tired of this stupid challenge. It was fun at times, but really annoying at times. And sometimes I regret making it because I know this video is not gonna get any views. But whatever, I had fun. So yeah, thank you for watching if you watched. Like, subscribe, share, or whatever, comment for the algorithm and the other stuff YouTubers tell you to do. And goodbye, see you guys later.